It's out from this next panel. We're waiting for our guest. Now, I'm sure, hopefully most of you know, originally there was going to be a Twilight Ladies panel here right now, and it's been changed to the 100 ladies. Not everybody could make it for the Twilight Ladies panel. So you guys are all here for the 100, right? Yeah, there we go. All right. Even if you're not, just say you are. So in just a few minutes, we're going to bring them on. How many of you are at your first Sci-Fi Valley Con? Oh, wow, we got a good bit. So the way that we do our panels, this is our Sci-Fi Valley Con living room. And when you invite somebody into your living room, they're your guest, and you want to treat them as good as possible and give them a chance to talk, right? So I want to talk as little as possible during the panel. I want you guys to have all the time. So if you have questions, you'll just line up here in the center when the panel starts, and we'll try to get to as many of you as possible. Our guests love questions from you as well, so let's make sure to give them some great questions and a great welcome. I will be back up here to introduce them in just a moment.
Maiden, crone, stranger. I am hers, and she is mine. From this day until the end of my days.
All right, are we ready for our next panel? Wow, that's a good response. Last panel, I was like, we ready? And everyone was like, But you guys are into it. So we're going to bring on the next guest. They were so gracious to be able to fill in for the Twilight panel that had to be canceled. So you got to give them an extra big welcome from the 100, Adina Porter and Marie Avgeropoulos.
Thank you.
So as I said, we love to hear from you guys. So if anybody wants to line up there at the center mic, and you can ask all the questions that you have about the 100 or any of the other projects they've been a part of. So, anybody takers?
Well, I'll start off by saying thank you very much for coming to this event. We so very much appreciate it. I started out in theater. That experience goes away as soon as you leave. I mean, it stays in people's hearts and minds, but you don't know that. But when people come up to us and come up to me and they see or talk about a show that I did 10 years ago or 20 years ago and it still affects them, it does my heart good. So I appreciate very much that you follow our work, and just thanks for being here.
I am so excited to see all your smiling faces here today, and thank you for being such dedicated, die-hard fans of The 100. The journey, Adina, is amazing. She truly is my mentor and Seda in real life, so I'm very happy to be doing this panel with her, and it's her first con ever.
My first U.S. con. My first con was in Paris last year.
Oh, now you made me look like a liar.
No. And you got me that con. Remember?
And you got me this one.
There we go.
Okay, so I think we should warm up this room a little. So why doesn't everybody stand up and do a little something with me?
All right, here we go.
I have trivia for you guys. If you know the answer, blurt it out. What's the first line Octavia ever said when she first stepped on Earth? Oh, that was, come on, we can do better. On the count of 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
We're back, bitches!
Yeah, cool, we're warmed up. Let's start the Q&A.
Well, while people are lining up for the Q&A, why don't you talk about how you came to the project of the 100?
Okay, I will tell you about my audition process for the role of Octavia. So Octavia, as we know, doesn't obey the rules always. So I'm a Canadian gal from Thunder Bay, Ontario. I started my acting journey in Vancouver, BC, where the 100 was ironically shot. But unfortunately, I was having a hard time finding jobs there to get hired as an actress. So I packed up my Dodge Spirit car. That it just aged me. Do any of you know what that is? It had a velour inside. Anyways, barely ran, bought it for $300, drove it across the border, and lied to Homeland Security. Hi, Homeland Security. I have a work visa now. I'm good. Anyways, and said I was going for a bachelorette party over the border. Found a manager and got the audition for the 100. And my audition literally was the "We're back, bitches" scene. So I saw all these women that kind of looked just like me, a few blondes too, whatever, mixed bag. And I was like, I gotta do this differently. Because I could hear them all doing it in the next room, and it really bothered me. So as soon as I walked in there, I grabbed a chair, and I literally stood up on it and did it. I jumped back down, and I'm the only one who pulled a chair out, and I think that got me the part, maybe? Oh, I don't know, or maybe they liked me, I hope to God, and then guess what, it worked.
My story, I was doing a show called The Newsroom. Thank you. And I had an audition. And back in those days, we auditioned in person. And I would change my clothes in the car, depending on the role. So I don't remember what I had before, but I changed my clothes. I got really good taking off and putting on stockings in my car.
Well, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
I call that a Superman change.
And I came in, and for Indra, there were all different types in the room. There were men, there were women, there were black and white, and there were no producers. It was just reading for the casting agent, putting on tape. And I did, and I guess I did a good enough job that I got the job. And on the last day of the newsroom was when I learned that I got the job. And for an actor to end one job and know when the next one is coming is
winning
heaven.
the lottery.
Yeah, that's the best way. And so then I flew out, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I will also say that there was no grounder in the audition. So,
for those of you who remember, grounder is the unique language written for the 100.
yeah.
Which I was terrible at, but go ahead.
Well, I found out about that the night before we started shooting, and it was the scene where I first meet you, where we're in that valley, and you take our medicine man hostage to get Lincoln back, and they gave me this monologue of Grounder. I was scared shitless.
Do you want to know what I used to do when I didn't know my grounder?
No.
I would say anything with conviction. Locked off from mom. See, that means nothing, but like, did you believe me? I did that many times. Watch the bloopers.
So, yeah, that's how I became Indra, and I had no idea how it would change my life.
It changed mine because I met you.
Thank you.
I was very intimidated to work with her because I admired her work previously. And I don't know if you did this, Adina, as being like a method type thing with me, but you were very standoffish with me at first. And I know that was part of the character that you played and how Octavia, you didn't like a lot of Octavia's choices, but you mentored her and we kind of made the dynamic
Eventually.
work. Eventually, it took
Yes.
time. Rome wasn't built overnight.
But I will say that I don't socialize before work. I like to stay into character and get the job done. And once the job is done and I have no more lines, then I can be social. But I like to just stay in it until it's time to.
She's a seasoned pro, ladies and gentlemen.
I am a seasoned pro. But that's what the wall says anyway. The bathroom wall. She's a seasoned pro. All right. First question.
Yeah.
Having both of you guys together, what were your favorite scenes to film together?
I don't remember. I'm sorry, I get the seasons all confused. But Dean directed it. Dean White, one of the producers, directed it. And I think it was when I asked you to be my mentor, my mentee.
Your second.
Yeah. So it was. It would have been in your area. It was like a lab room or doctor's room or something like that. And Dean very much liked that scene as well. And it was not loud and rambunctious. It was us sitting down and deciding to trust each other. So it was a very intimate scene. And that's my favorite scene with you. The very beginning.
Mind is the end.
You're gonna have to remind me. Everything's a blur.
Okay, so Dean White also directed this episode.
Okay.
Great minds think alike. Okay, do you guys remember the conclave episode? Okay, and of course Octavia was the smallest one in the conclave, and nobody thought she had a chance to win. Indra came up to me, Octavia, and noticed I was wearing Lincoln's tattoo on my forehead to give me strength. And you gave me the pep talk before the conclave. And for me, that was the most powerful scene. And to this day, I still think about it on my moments of weakness and how I know I can just call you and you can tell me to get my shit together and it'll be fine.
Yay.
Thank
Free
you.
therapy, Adina Porter, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thanks for
asking
the
and
question.
watching.
Yeah.
Hi. I know you already touched on it a little bit, but I was just wondering about what your experience has been with learning, like, the Grounder language. And, like, how hard it was at first.
I already have a hard time putting English sentences together. So that was very challenging for me. The man that created the Grounder language is a genius, and he would coach us. I hope he coached you too. He did it for me because I think I was the weakest link with the language. But he would phonetically go through it every night with me. So if it was written a certain way, I would phonetically write it in the way my brain understands it the night before, and then I would take Post-its and put it where my toothbrush is, on my fridge, and just keep saying it repetitive over and over again. Or, like I touched on earlier, as a complete professional, I would say whatever with conviction, and people would believe me. That's all. That was my method.
I also hand wrote it out because there's a lot of power in manually writing things out and letting your brain absorb it. I would move and do the words at the same time. And I do that with English monologues as well, so that you just kind of get it into your body, so that when you are on the ice, as they say, you know, in front of the camera, you don't have to think about it, you can just be. And then I would give myself pep talks, which is what I do for monologues as well, saying, you've got this, trust yourself, because I've discovered that if I'm practicing the lines beforehand, I'm reminding myself that I'm nervous, and I want to let that go and trust myself. And so that's how I would do. But I also would say there have been times where, there was one time I had this long monologue in Grounder. It was when one of our grounders, names I forget all the times. Who was the grounder? Very big guy. Poem. We killed him because we had to sacrifice someone. Yeah, but
Try again. Be more specific. What's his real name?
It was either like if it's Victor or something like that. Very tall, beard, mustache, and he died like by 100 cuts. Who? Yeah. Yes. Well, I had a huge...
Do you want to come into this interview?
I had a huge monologue before that execution that I had to speak to the entire tribe to sentence him to death, and it scared the living daylights out of me. And then I get there, and we're running late, and the whole thing gets cut.
Shut the front door. And you probably lost sleep over it, eh?
Yeah. So then I have to remember that next time. It's just sometimes,
That's showbiz, baby.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
I wanted to know what you guys' favorite episode was that you guys have filmed.
Well, there's one episode that I still remember and very much enjoy.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember it. Okay, I think it was who was that English director? Was
Ask
it
her.
Alex? Just kidding. Alex, he was little, had the English accent, and we're having this meal together. So we were all at this table.
Is that the one where I convinced everybody cannibalism was a great idea?
No. It's earlier on. It's like season maybe 3. And it ends with us thinking that the Sky people are trying to poison us. And then I hold all the Sky people back, and I say something like, I'm going to kill you, or something like that. Do you remember this? And we're all at the table eating. But while we were filming it, because it took a long time, all these different angles, because there's actors on both sides of the table, somehow or another, we started singing the song, "This is how we do it." Dum, 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 dum. So we just had so much fun that we're doing the scene and doing it seriously. But once my coverage was over, I would have a good time, and Lincoln would start it, and then we would all join in together and dance.
Once upon a time in '94, Montel make the money. Remember that? Anyways,
So that
she
was,
won't. She's too young. Yeah.
Yes. So I always think very fondly of that scene, and it ended with all the ground people going out and imprisoning you guys inside, and me telling you I was going to kill you. But I did say that often.
You did, yeah. I really got under your skin sometimes.
All the Sky people, because you're all kind of,
My favorite scene is very difficult to choose. Being in all 100 episodes of the 100, which I was so grateful for to this day. I'm very blessed and honored. How about we go with my most challenging? You're going to hate this answer. You ready? When Octavia had to witness Lincoln's execution, he wasn't there for my reaction that day. So there was a tree, and they put an X on it with tape. And they said, look at that mark on the tree, and that's where you're watching his death. Okay, action. And of course, I'm like dead on a horse and coming to, because I just got kicked off the cliff and miraculously lived. Remember that? That's great. The horse deserves an Emmy. Anyways, it was difficult as an actress because I had to show so much devastation and loss in my face and immediately turn that into revenge and rage within 30 seconds. And everybody believed I was actually watching it, but he wasn't there that day. So for me to pull that off as an actress, I take pride in that. Thank you. No offense, Ricky Whittle. You weren't there anyway.
Hi. My question is, I noticed through all of this series, even with like time changes and things, the climate and the weather and like the outside of it all, was there like a favorite location or like a one you hated? I think like season 6 there was this beautiful lake. I can't remember exactly who was on it when they got to like a new planet, but
I do. It was the ocean and it was December and I had to go in it.
It was aesthetically beautiful, but I guess do you have a favorite? Because I'm from the States, so it looked all really beautiful.
Yeah, we shot the majority of the 100, all of it, really, in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and the rainforest. So it was really nice to have our office be outside every day. I preferred that. Didn't you?
It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Gagged and bound and wet and bring it on.
They would say things like, actor in the ground, to hurry it up because there was an actor in the ground. But no, it was breathtakingly beautiful.
Yeah.
It was cold, but you know, you're doing what you love, and it's a lot easier to act too, quite honestly, when you're cold. Because then you're not thinking about nerves and all that other kind of stuff. You're like, I'm cold. So, but no, I'm from New York, and I get to fly in, and yay, go next! I get to fly in and experience Vancouver and Canada and get away from my kids for a little bit. It was fabulous.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
So my question is, do you ever feel like there was a moment while filming the show that the show did something with your character that you didn't agree with? Like, was there ever a point where you were like, this is out of character for Indra or for Octavia, and you didn't particularly feel like it fit their storyline or like their tale going forward?
Yeah. I think season 7, Octavia, got a little too soft. I didn't think, personally, she would just have her come to Jesus moment and forgive everybody like that and fall in love with somebody else. And I feel like her heart was forever with Lincoln.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. I didn't write the show.
Yeah.
You know, there might have been one, but I have to also just kind of say, and this is just the way that I work and handle things, is that I'm going to trust what the producers and writers are doing because they see the entire picture and they see the arc and everything else, and I'm just one piece in it. So the challenge is to make real whatever you put in front of me. So that's what I do. As well as there are some actors out there that are like, my character wouldn't do that, but they don't work as often. So I just do what I'm told.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
And don't bump into the furniture.
And don't bump into furniture. But that's a famous line from Barry. What's Barry Moore's last name?
I thought I made that up. Someone said that before me?
No. Yes. The Barrymores, like famous theater actors, turn around, say the line, and try not to bump into the furniture.
Damn. Thank you for your question.
Hi. This is kind of like similar to the last question in a similar vein anyways, but I was curious if there was any particular character arc for either of you that you like preferred, I guess, like what your favorite was, because there's so much that happened so quickly. But yeah, I mean, I love all of them, the entire show, but I wasn't sure if there was any that stuck out to you and you're like, I wish that hung on for just like a little longer.
Okay, I'll go. Even though I don't really have an answer, I guess I should just start talking so it's not awkward and silent in here.
Awkward and silent, it's okay.
We can all stand up and say we're back, but just kidding. Okay, Octavia changed so many times, and for me, as an actress, for any actress, I don't want to speak for anyone or actor, but to have your character evolve and change so many times really sharpens your acting muscles, and you never know what to expect the next episode. So the fact that Octavia went from the girl under the floor to Sky Repetto and probably, the grounder pounder, thank you, Harper, Blood Reina, and all kinds of things. I would say the Blood Reina storyline was my favorite.
Me too.
Back when Twitter was called Twitter and now it's called X. Stephen King gave me a nod on Twitter about Blood Reina. And you know what stupid me didn't do? Write back, because I was too nervous and I didn't know what to say. But I thought that was pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so for me, yes, the Blood Reina storyline was very important to just channel that really dark energy,
It's a rough time.
It's a rough time, rough go. The bunker was a hard place, and she had to convince people to do very bad things for survival and to unite these clans one way or another.
Yeah.
And it's a tough go, but someone had to do it. Blood Reina did.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I remember a scene with Isaiah Washington. And it was after a whole bunch of people had to die. I don't think that we had to sacrifice them because there wasn't enough food. And I was supposed to walk through the crowd. And I had a rifle in my hand. And I think the other actor was a little annoyed that I was getting so much attention or something. So I was emotionally ready to go. And just as we go, he stops the scene. And he says, I haven't seen, because when you have a rifle on stage, it has to be inspected so everyone knows that it is a fake rifle. And so that stopped the action so that the rifle could be examined. Well, he thought that might have kind of thrown me a little bit because I would have to start fresh again because we had to cut and start again. But it hurt me so much and also inspired me, or either way, one tear started to come down my face. So I got to do it again with the toughness, but just one tear going down my face, which made it look badass motherfucker. So that was not the reaction he tried to do by messing me up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there. So my question is, wow, this is really low. Did you take anything home from the set after finishing wrapping or during that time that you have kept with you?
I did. I had to ask over and over and over again, because our last episode of filming was February something 2020. And
It was like more like March.
oh, sorry, March.
Like when COVID happened, started March 13th, and like we ended like March 11th.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right. So it was COVID, and they were like, that's a wrap on 100 episodes. Nobody touch each other. There's a pandemic. I'm like, I thought it was a joke because we've already been shooting this post-apocalyptic show for 8 freaking years. I'm like, yeah, a pandemic. When's the last time that happened? 1800s. Like, and they're like, for real, there's no rap party. Don't touch anybody. Wear a mask. That's a show wrap on the 100. So I was like, can I have my sword? And they're like, it's gone already. It's packed up. I'm like, well, I want it. That's all I want. So I had to ask and ask and ask, and I got the bamboo version because on set, when there's, how do I say this politely? Some people aren't as comfortable around swords as I am, so when I'm swinging them at some people's heads, they prefer I use the bamboo one instead of the metal one. Makes sense. Anyway, so they said the metal one went to Warner Brothers library. Where is this library? Anyways, so they gave me the bamboo one. That's all I got.
That's still cool.
I had the black sweater that Indra wore for many, many seasons. But unfortunately, I lost my home in the LA fires. Aww. So I had stuff from American Horror Story. I had stuff from the newsroom. I had my entire career. And I'm collecting new stuff.
You were rebuilding.
I'm rebuilding.
From the ashes, we will rise.
Yes, literally.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So sorry to switch it up, but I really loved you in American Horror Story since you just brought it up. And I was curious, who was your favorite character that you played, or maybe what was your favorite season to do since they're all so different?
My favorite will be the next one. You know what I mean? I mean, just because I'm a journey actor, and it's all about reinventing myself, staying relevant, and working. So I'm beyond grateful that I don't have a favorite, and if I had a favorite, it would be something in the past, and I don't want that. I want my favorite to be one I haven't done yet, something else to look forward to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question with the time allotted, so you're up.
Is there
Pressure's on.
Oh boy. Is there any part of the character the characters that sort of stuck with you majorly, and like, because 2 very powerful women from the show, like, do you ever like have a moment where you're like, I'm Octavia Blake, or I'm in, like, I got, like, you know what I mean?
100% my walk. Indra changed my walk. I cannot go back to the walk that I had before. I don't know. I mean, Indra wore 2 different shoes because, you know, there weren't shoe stores, so you just would, you know, grab the shoes of the dead person who you happened to walk by. And so
the same side?
Or close to it. And Isaiah Washington did comment that, like, ooh, your walk. And I now, when I do other characters, have to make sure that they don't walk like Indra.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Very smart. Octavia, sorry, go ahead.
Was there anything like...
I was so captivated by her walk, I could picture it. I'm like, it's a strut. She's going somewhere.
Anything from the character that sort of became a part of you retroactively, you know what I mean? Like...
Oof. I think I need to take more pages lately out of Octavia's book, don't you think?
No. No, let's keep everybody healthy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
No, but I would just say that the seed inside you that created Octavia is always there, so you just need to trust that.
Trust that, yeah. I'm really good at doing the opposite in real life as what people tell me to do. I'm stubborn. And so is Octavia. So I think I can't get rid of that chip on my shoulder, but I'm grateful for her strength. I love proving people wrong. I love being the underdog and saying, I told you so after, and saying, you know what? I'm a cat. I land on my feet. So I think it's something, for me personally, I always have to remember that that strength is there, even on the days that seem darker than others.
100%. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yes.
Yes, they filled in so graciously at the last moment, and I really enjoyed getting to hear you guys talk. And I love actors, especially when someone is seasoned as Adina. We got lucky to hear all that tonight, So, and I kind of felt like what you guys were talking about with the Grounders when I learned to pronounce Avgeropoulos.
Avgeropoulos.
I was practicing over there for a while.
Still did it wrong. It's okay.
I still did it wrong.
It's all good.
It's Avgeropoulos in
It
Greek.
was
We won't go
Siri.
there this time, though. That's, yeah.
Damn it, Siri. So don't give me an applause. Give them an applause for the wonderful panel.
Thank you.
Adina Porter and Marie.
Thank you. Thank you.